They took me out there yesterday while we take me where he was at. And I took him some polluted place. There's a in my room. Don't tell Lauren. Because if they find his body, I don't know where he's at. They find his body. And they find a rehab machine. I don't know where he's at. I don't think that thing's in Utah. That's not the one that we took him. They said that you told me that I would know where he was at more than you.
Hello all you couch detectives out there, my name is Lee. Thank you for being here. Real quick, if you enjoy this video, make sure you're following our podcast. We will have new episodes regularly. Either scan this QR code or follow the link in the description. Okay, enough rambling, let's get into it. January 10th, 2019, Otway, Ohio. This is one of those "these people should have never had children" cases. Jessica and Daniel Groves, their baby, little Dylan, was taken away when he was born 1 month premature with drugs in his system. Neither Jessica nor Daniel asked about Dylan's condition after he was born. Dylan was placed with foster parent Andrea Bowling, a school teacher in the area. Andrea became a licensed foster parent when her own son went off to college. During the first 2 weeks, Jessica Groves met up with Andrea for a visitation. Meanwhile, baby Dylan was still dealing with withdrawals. When he was awake, he wanted to be held, and he still had shaky arms and legs. And even though Andrea warned Child Services about Jessica possibly being under the influence during that visit, they decided to release Dylan back into the custody of Daniel Groves on January 28th. There were also supposed to be weekly checkups from Child Services. It seems that they were unable to make contact with Daniel, or there were some excuses by Daniel that prevented this from happening, so these visits rarely took place. They did make a visit to the Groves residence on March 28th, 2019, and the social worker reported that Dylan was being taken care of and had no visible injuries at the time. Dylan was held by Jessica the entire visit. This would be the last time Dylan was seen alive by Child Services. Child Services filed a missing persons report for Dylan Groves with the Scioto County Sheriff's Office on April 30th. Their caseworker made several attempts after that to reach Daniel at his residence to no avail. And on June 10th, their caseworker learned that both Jessica and Daniel Groves had been taken into custody. The Scioto County Sheriff's Office executed a search warrant on the Groves' home, where they found a belligerent Jessica, and Jessica claimed that Child Services already taken Dylan, but obviously that was not true. Jessica Groves was taken into custody. Daniel Groves, on the other hand, barricaded himself in the house and had a roughly 6-hour standoff with officers. He said he was asleep throughout the whole thing. Sure. He was eventually taken into custody, and he too stated to the sheriff's office that Child Services had taken Dylan. Jessica and Daniel Groves were both transported down to the station for questioning. This is the interrogation of Daniel Groves, which took place on June 10th and June 12th of 2019. Jessica Groves' interrogation will be linked in the description. But first, let us have a moment of silence for the victim in this case.
You're better off if she did that, trust me. Trust me. Okay, I'm Detective Conkle. How are you?
All right.
What is your, Daniel?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I don't know. Pick me up with a warrant, they said.
Yeah, you do have a warrant.
What's the warrant for?
I glanced at it. I thought it said receiving stolen property and something. Wasn't nothing major. But here's the deal. I know Adam Giles, one of the other detectives, read your rights when you were out there, so I'm not going to read them to you again. You understand them, I assume. What's going on with your baby?
CPS, I think.
No, they don't, honey.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
Who was the worker that came and got him then?
Nobody came and got him.
He did.
No.
Yes. I'm telling you, he did.
Children's Services took him, then they gave him back to you.
Right.
And then you started missing your appointments and stuff, and you didn't go. You missed a couple home visits. Then you were supposed to come up there, and you never came up. Okay. Here's the thing, and then I'm gonna keep it real with you. Okay. I've already talked to Jessica. You know Jessica's over in our jail. Did they tell you that?
I didn't know where she was at.
Okay, she's in jail. Okay. Here's the thing is, we need him back, okay? And as I told, she kind of broke a little bit of it down for me. Here's the thing is, and I'm gonna keep it real with you. Accidents happen, I get it. I know, didn't he have a medical condition?
No.
Well, I know the doctor, Christ Pediatrics, called and said he had some kind of genetic something, and he was supposed to come for more testing, and you guys didn't show up. And they told me the name, but I can't remember exactly how to pronounce it. And you guys didn't take him to his doctor's appointment. Why didn't you take him back to his doctor's appointment?
They just said it was probably a false positive, is what the doctor told us.
Yeah, but then they called back and told you guys to bring him over there because something came back on a test. I was just reading the notes from the doctor's office.
They told me they was going to call me to schedule, and they never did.
Okay. Jessica said, and like I said, you guys are together, and I get that. You guys have been married for 100 years, it seems like. Because don't you guys have, what, a 14 or 15-year-old?
Mm-hmm.
You guys have been together for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
She said you did something with him. With Dylan. Here's the thing is, it's not going to go away. And as I told her, she said you're the one that can take him to where he's at. Things happen. And I'll be the first one to tell you, we all make mistakes in our life. Obviously, I've made mistakes. I've got a daughter who's 28 years old. Got pregnant fresh out of high school. It's hard. I don't know how you're raising two. Both of you don't have a clue because it's hard. And that's what I told her. I grew up dirt poor, didn't have nothing. So, I can sympathize. I've never had a drug problem, thank goodness. But, I had a brother that struggled with it. Are you guys still on the dope?
Not really.
Because you guys were doing heroin, she said. She's worried about you, but she was pretty honest with me. And she said, you're the one that can take us to him. Here's the thing is, I don't have a magic wand. And that's what I told her. I said, I can't make it. You are in a little bit of trouble. You already know that. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. A lot of people say they'll promise you. That's bullshit. We're not a judge. We can't promise you shit. However, I can put a good word in for you. And like I said, accidents do happen, and I get that. But the main thing is you guys have one last chance, and that's why I told her to do right by your son. Do I think you love your kids? Absolutely. Shit happens. I get it. But I can tell you, no matter how bad it is, I'm going to have respect for you, and the judge is going to have respect for you because you did the right thing. You didn't leave him laying out there wherever he is. You did the right thing. And I tell you what, I had a girl, and I may tell you, it's probably been a couple years ago, and something happened with her little boy, and she did the right thing, and she turned out okay. But like I said, we already know. Okay, I already know.
Already what?
We just want him back. He doesn't know wherever he's at, wherever he's laying or wherever, let's get him back. What happened, honey?
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
You just find him like that? Honey, make me understand. I'll help you the best I can, but you got to help yourself. One, don't. And I'm just telling you from a mom, and I know you're a good dad because you were doing everything right there for a little bit. Don't leave him laying out wherever he's at. He doesn't deserve that, and you don't deserve that. And Jessica even said that. She said that you would do the right thing. That's what she told me.
What's she in jail for?
She's in jail for complicity to kidnapping and interference with custody.
What's she kidnapping for?
Because right now, the fact that you didn't bring him back to Children's Services when you're supposed to, it makes you both the same thing, interference with custody and kidnapping. Because your child, and like I said, that could change, especially if, he's deceased and something happened. I can't put words in your mouth what happened. I already know. And like I said, and just like I told her, he don't deserve to be laying out there. And dear God, he looks just like you now that I see you. Things happen. But this is your chance to make right by it. This little baby don't deserve that. And you know that. We can get through anything. And like I said, yeah, you're in a little bit of trouble. But I tell you, everybody's going to look up to you and have respect that you did the right thing. You know what? It takes a man. And that's like I told Jessica the same thing. It takes a real person, a man, to stand up and say, yeah, I made a mistake. Let's make right by it. I have more respect than for people. I've had people that's came in here, killed 2 or 3 people, adults, and told me the truth and explained it to me. And I have more respect for them than a coward that chooses not to. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody killed him.
Well, what happened, honey?
He just died.
What did he die of? Tell me how this happened. Tell me.
He just found him. He was gone.
Okay. Purple?
Yeah.
Okay. Where'd you put him, sweetheart? Let's get him where he needs to be. And you want him to be in a proper place.
Can I talk to my wife?
Yeah, here in just a minute I'll take you over there. And my word is good. I will let you talk to her.
Let me talk to my wife. So let me talk to her.
I will, honey. I can't yet. They're doing count over to the jail. She's over in the jail. She's been over there several hours, I want to say. I don't know how long it took them to get you. But she told me, she said that you could take me to where he was at. She loves you. I mean, you know that. Lord, you've been together since you were kids. Did he die out there at your trailer?
Yep.
Okay. Who all was there? Just you two?
Yep.
Okay. How long ago was that, sweetheart?
I don't know.
How long after you got him back?
A couple months.
Okay. Can you show me where he's at?
What do you mean show you?
What is it, sweetheart?
What do you mean show you?
We want to get his remains back. What did you guys do with him?
Let me talk to my wife.
What is it?
Let me talk to my wife.
Honey, I'm going to here in just a minute. You want something to drink or something while you wait?
No.
Is he out there by your house?
Not by my house.
What's he close to, honey?
It's close to our house.
Tell me where he's at while they're out there, and I'll have them get him while they're out there.
I can't explain it.
But can you show me?
Let me show you. How can I show you?
Did you bury him?
Not really.
What is he in?
Let me talk to my wife.
Let me see if they're done with count. Give me just a second, okay? Okay, they're still doing the count over there, and I talked to my boss and he said once we can, because they're out there now, you tell them how to find that baby and then they'll let you talk to her. Just because it's dark out there, let's get him up off the ground or whatever. Is he in a bag or anything?
I don't know. There's somewhere to use the bathroom.
Yeah, I'll have him take you out for a second. He needs to use the restroom. Can you take him? Explain to me where he's at out there. I wasn't out to your trailer, so you're gonna have to.
I can't talk to my wife.
He said once they're still out there at your trailer, he said once they find him, then he's fine with that. My word's good. You don't know me, but my word's good.
I need to talk to her and get to figure out exactly where he's at, though.
She the one that put him there?
I just need her to help.
Okay. Well, explain to me, and we'll figure out. So you don't think you could show them if I took you out there?
No. No.
Okay. So, did he just go to sleep and woke up that way? Explain to me where was he sleeping out there at your house?
Where did he sleep at?
Yeah.
Bassinet.
He slept in a bassinet. So who's the one that found him like that?
Me.
Okay. And was he in the bassinet when you found him?
Yeah.
Okay. And
we knew that they'd never believe us because all the stuff was going on. We just freaked out, you know. And just,
okay, well, honey, they have ways of telling what caused a baby's death. He hadn't fell or anything?
no.
Okay. Was he eating good?
Yeah.
What was he on? Was he on formula or?
Yeah.
Okay. How much formula a day did he eat?
Several bottles. I mean, he was eating fine.
Okay. Because he was gaining weight, it looked like. From the last time he was weighed, I think it looked like he went up to like 8 pounds something. Because wasn't he like 5 pounds when he was born?
Yeah.
Okay. Did he act, I mean, before this happened, did he act sick or anything?
Yeah.
And that's why they have follow-up appointments and want you to bring them back so they can catch stuff like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. You okay?
No.
What's wrong, honey?
I just don't feel good.
Okay. Are you dope sick?
No.
Okay. When's the last time you had dope of any kind?
About 3 days.
3 days.
I mean, I may be some dope sick. I don't know.
Okay. Do you want us to get you a Gatorade?
No.
Okay. Did anybody else know that he had passed away?
No.
Just you two?
Yeah.
So is that why you kept missing all your appointments and stuff? Because you couldn't produce him, is that why?
Yeah, last, yeah.
Okay. So, how close from when you started missing your appointments did this happen?
I don't even know.
You lost track of time?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I don't think anybody's seen him since like end of March. Does that seem right?
Probably.
Okay. What did Jessica think happened to him?
She didn't say to me. She didn't know. Anyone else knew, I mean.
So whose idea was it to take him, put him outside?
Both of us.
Okay. So who's the one that actually took him out there and put him outside?
Both of us.
Both of you together? Okay. Think really hard. So if you're in front of your trailer, would it be to the right or the left?
It's not there. It's not right there in our trailer.
What's it close to, honey?
I don't know.
I'm not familiar with your place to know what to ask
It's
you.
out the road.
It's what, honey?
It's out the road.
Up the road, like your driveway or like the road?
The road.
Okay. How far out, Mount Hope?
I don't know. Not very far.
Not very far? Would it be to the right or the left?
Right.
Is there anything that sticks out to you that you remember? So did you put him under like brush or trees or anything? So he should be laying out in the open?
I don't know, Jody.
Honey, I know. I'm just trying so they can find him, okay? And I think you want that. You don't want your little baby laying out there outside. You know that. You think she'd be able to tell me better how to get to it?
Maybe, I don't know.
Okay. So, if you go out Mount Hope, like past your drive, you keep going past your driveway?
Yeah.
And it's a little ways to the right?
Yeah.
Okay. How far off the road?
I don't know.
You know, like, did you walk a long way or no?
Good piece.
A good piece? Is it like in a field?
What is it?
Is it like out in a field, honey? I'm not familiar with where you live at. Is there any houses around? Okay, let me ask them. Let me put them in the right direction.
Oh, God. Jessica. Oh. Oh, fuck. Oh. Oh.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm sick.
You're sick? Hey, Thompson said that he chased you not too long ago and you went out like a dirt road. Is that the same area? He's like right in a curve?
No. No, that's before my house.
Okay, that's before your house, so it's past that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just not familiar with that one. How do I know you? I know you from somewhere. Who was you loafing with? Did you loaf with old Randall Hammonds?
Who?
Randall Hammonds?
Lord, no, I don't even know that name.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought that's where I knew you from. I'm trying to think the best way to describe to them. Do you think that they'll be able to find it?
I doubt it. I don't know.
Is he in a bag or a blanket or anything?
Yeah, he's in something. I don't remember what it was for sure, dude.
Like a tote or... I know I'm asking a lot of questions. I'm sorry because I know you're sick, but I'm just trying to help them the best I can. Hey Daniel, I'm gonna take you over and see if they got something for you. You sure you don't want to try drinking Gatorade? A lot of people says that helps. I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to help you the best I can. I'm not nervous, but... Feeling better?
A little bit.
Okay. Now read your rights again. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before you question if you wish. You understand that? I know you're getting sick of hearing it, but I'm sorry. What's going on, honey?
I mean,
They said you want to talk to me?
well, when am I going to get moved to the range?
Oh, you're not on the range yet?
No, it's
Okay.
got me up there. And every time I ask him, he says it's up to you. And I told him that you told him yesterday I was good to go back there.
Yeah, I did. I told him right in front of you. I'll see what the holdup is at, and I'll make that happen. Do you think are you sure that's where you put it? Because, like I said, we've still got people out there looking and haven't found nothing. Just because we want to validate your story that you
Judge,
are.
I'm serious.
Okay.
I wouldn't, trust me, I wouldn't even tell you. I wouldn't even told you nothing if I wasn't going to tell you the truth.
Well, and that's what I said too.
I would not even told you that.
Okay, and you don't.
Why would I tell you that and not tell you the truth? I mean,
Right.
What would it benefit me?
No, and that's what I
It wouldn't
said.
benefit me
Well,
at all.
and you said that stone thing she bought for her mom. When did her
Yeah.
mom pass away?
She's been 7 years ago now.
Oh, and she just now bought it.
No, it was actually on like an easel thing.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
And the thing tore up, and we just took the
Okay.
stone off of it. Yeah.
Okay. And you didn't bury it or anything?
No.
Okay.
No.
We're just trying to, because, if we can find something, it's going to validate your story that,
Yeah. Trust me, like I said, I wouldn't even said nothing if I wasn't going to say it.
Oh, I know, and that's what I said,
Why
because.
would I even tell you if I wasn't going to tell you where he's at? I mean, how that would benefit me?
Right, yeah. Oh, I know. And that's what I said, and we drug you out there in the middle of nowhere, but I just wanted to make sure. How big is that? How far does that go up in there, that property?
Yeah, it just goes up to the top of the hill, and then on the other side of the hill, they're cutting timber.
Okay.
Yeah, they've been cutting timber.
And all that state property out there?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, there's a lot of state property in there.
okay. And I think you're going to court for arraignment tomorrow, 10 o'clock, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I went to video court this morning.
Okay, I didn't know if you knew or not. So, because I know you've been kind of sick, so I want to make sure you was up to speed on
When are we going to
that.
talk to Jessica?
Well, you're going to be in court together tomorrow for sure. I know that, and I'll ask him about that. And this main thing, let's get you put on the range, because I thought you was already there. I don't know why he didn't do that. Who did we talk to when I brought you back in
That
yesterday?
woman, that girl, the black-haired girl. And she talked to, I think she said Carter, and she said that Carter said, leave me there. And that night, because you still wanted me left up there.
No.
And I told her, I said, well.
Let me see.
I said, he told you right now.
Is there a reason he's still up front?
I just keep him up there until I heard otherwise.
Okay, well, when I brought him back, you were already gone. I told him that he could be put on the range.
Okay, I'll talk to Carter then.
About getting him, okay. He's gonna talk to Carter about getting you put there. Because I didn't, it's the first I heard, I just assumed you were back on the range. I didn't know any different. Well, that's gonna happen. Can you think of anything, any place we would, that land better than we do?
No, I wouldn't. Trust me, I'm surprised that you guys didn't eat there.
Yeah, well, you seem like you got emotional
I
when you
did.
got.
It tore me up. It did. That's why I got sick and everything.
And the only people that knew,
Me and Jessica.
you and Jessica, okay.
Nobody else. No, we didn't tell.
You didn't take Daniel with you, or?
No, he didn't even know.
Okay.
He didn't even know.
Okay, that makes sense. Whose idea was it to stick to the story about Children's Service picked him up? 'Cause that's the same story Jessica gave me at first too.
No, that's just what we came up with. I don't know. It's stupid, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, you just have to be in that position.
Oh, no, I understand.
You do.
Right.
I can't sit here and tell you why we did that. I don't, because you just have to be in that position.
Right. Oh no. I respect the fact that you're being honest. I told you
I am,
that.
Jay. Trust me, I'm being completely honest with you. I am. I want to be, because I want this over with.
Right. Oh,
I
I
want
know.
it over with, and so we can move on with our life.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I'm out there looking nonstop, hoping, because if you said that he died just, for no reason, like medical or something you don't know, we're going to be able to tell that from that, which is going to help you. You sure what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I want to for sure find him. I'm doing everything in my power. So like I said, we can put,
So why ain't I been able to see Jessica?
I don't know. I didn't even know you were still up front. I don't know. Like I said, you just now told me you were still up front.
Yesterday when we got ready to leave, you told me when we got one of
You know what? You forgot to remind me. If you'd remind me, I'd done it then. I tell you what, let me have him go over and talk to Carter now about getting on a range and see what we can arrange to make that happen. Hold on, let me talk to my supervisor and see what he says.
I just want to talk to her and see if she's okay. I mean, I'm worried
Right.
about her.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna bring her over here so you can talk to her, okay? So just hang tight.
I get a Gatorade.
Yeah, let me get
I'm
you
so
one.
dehydrated from being dope sick.
I think there's just red and purple out
I
there.
don't care.
You don't care? Okay. Give me just a second.
That stuff really helped me the other day.
And I know it ain't a whole lot, but that's why I told you to drink
It
it.
ain't the
because-
chocolate did, it did.
Okay,
I
well,
didn't figure
hang
it
tight and
out.
I'll get you something, okay?
Thank you.
I told her, you can come on in, that the reason that we're doing this is because you've cooperated and done everything you're supposed to. She can have drinks, just no touching, kissing, making out, because I'm doing this as a favor, okay?
Thank you, Jeff.
She can have some of your drinks or whatever,
No.
but just don't, no making out, kissing, hugging, okay? Does that seem fair enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm so fucking worried about you. I've been on their ass for 2 fucking days to see you. I've been riding them like a motherfucker, man, and I've been pissed. I got pissed at fucking Jody. I told her, because she told me last 2 days I was gonna get to see you, and she fucking I didn't.
I asked and they told me there was absolutely no way that I could see you at all. That men and women were not allowed to see each other, period.
Well, Jody promised me the first fucking day that night they brought me in here, I was gonna get to see you. Then she told me I could see you in the morning. Well, and then in the morning, then they took me out to the house and shit, and had me out there all fucking day. And then when we got back, she was supposed to,
What'd they have you out to the house for?
going over fucking shit. And
I've been so worried about the dogs. I've tried to call Linda. I couldn't even get a spoon until today.
hell, they ain't even fucking cook. They still got me. They've been holding me up and holding the whole time. I ain't even been put back on the range. I've been up in the fucking holding cell where the lights are on all the fucking time. That's another thing I want to talk to Jody about now, because they supposed to put me back here last night and they wouldn't fucking do it.
What are they charging you with?
Kidnapping, abduction, and fuck, I don't know, another misdemeanor.
You had court this morning.
Video court.
I had video court yesterday morning. My bond's $100,000.
For kidnapping. And what?
And
What else do you got?
kidnapping, abduction, and
Same 3 things I got.
and something fooling with custody,
Yeah.
something misdemeanor 4, felony 4, and a felony 1.
Now they got my abduction as a felony 3. For some reason.
Maybe it is a felony 3.
What you tell him? Trying to tell him anything. Don't CBS had you. You don't know. They told me that you said he was dead. They fucking tricked me. They told me that you were playing the news for me. I told you that. They told me that you said he was dead. Wow. They told me they knew he was dead. I told him as far as I knew, CPS got back into me. Why did they told me they knew he was dead? They said that they knew better that I'm lying. So I told them, I said, well, I'm gonna have the right to remain silent. Wow. They told me you told me he was dead. They told me you don't think that. They said you told them everything. They knew. They I told you that, so I guess you wouldn't worry.
What were you having? W pod?
B.
B pod?
I'm in a cell by myself.
I didn't know. She told me that she thought you was on W pod.
They told me that our faces were going to be all over the news
Who told you that?
and that I was going to be the most hated woman
Who told you that?
in here, so they put me in a cell by myself to keep me safe.
Who told you that?
Jody. She said that your face, my face, and Dylan's face would be all over the news. That we were wanted for kidnapping and abduction and they were looking for our little boy. And that we would be the most wanted people in Scioto County. So they were putting me somewhere safe so that the other women wouldn't, because I was going to be the most hated woman in this place.
They took me out there yesterday. What we take for me was and I took them some bulletproof place. There's a don't tell authorities. Because if they find his body, I don't know where he's at. They find his body. And they find out where he has a room machine. I don't know where he's at. They did things that you tried to talk to me. You took it. They said that you told them that I would know where he was at more than you.
You get eaten?
Nope.
Why not?
How I had anything to eat with?
Why didn't they give you a spoon? They took you back here.
They didn't give me anything. They haven't given me toilet paper. The only toilet paper I had, because when I was in holding, I was about to freeze to freaking death. I was freezing to death. And there was a roll of toilet paper and there was dirty blankets laying. There was a cup that was somebody else's. And there was toilet paper laying everywhere. And there was a roll of toilet paper. So I took the first few layers off and wrapped my feet. Because I was freezing to death, I made me some socks.
Hell, I did.
So I have a little bit of toilet paper up there that I wrapped my feet with.
Oh, yeah. Well, I had one. I had you fucking, the only thing I had in there was 2 blankets that was already in there too. Until fucking about 1 o'clock this morning. I finally gotta go take a shower and get clean blankets.
I haven't even got to take a shower or nothing.
Because I fucking rage fucking hell on me, fucking rage fucking heck with them son up there.
Well-
They don't like me up there. I said, motherfucker, I don't care if you don't like me. I said, this is fucking bullshit. I said, you didn't put me in here fucking dirty ass blanket. They ain't fucking let me have a fucking shower. And this dude on midnights, he's the only one that's been cool with me. He's been real nice to me and he let me take a shower that night and let me get a clean blanket.
Well, there was one guy, because I asked all day yesterday, I want to make a phone call. I want to make a phone call to call Linda.
So you called Linda?
I called Linda this morning, because I asked all day yesterday, all day. No. And I figured probably because she was at work, so I was waiting till like 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Can you leave her a message?
To call her. No, it won't let me. I only get 2 phone calls.
You went where you used them?
And I used 1.
I ain't never used either one of mine. Well, I was gonna tell you, you need to get a hold of Linda or get a hold of Phyllis and leave a message and tell them to go in there, to take Dana in there and go to Humane Society and get Chip and Bella.
Is that where Chip and Bella's at?
They took all those. Took them all years while I was there. And the guy wouldn't let me. And the main guy come out there and he said I could let you take the 2 dogs or try to go take them to the people right now. He said, but the problem is you don't have tags for none of these dogs. He said, that's 7 counts against you right now. He said, you could be charged with 7 counts right now. He said, I don't know if they will charge you, but he said that they can't. He said, but if you got a credit card or something, he said, I can get online right here and I can buy tags for them 2 house dogs and then we can try to take them to where you want them to be. He said, but if not, I have to take them all with me. But he said that they need to get them within a couple of days.
Well, because I went out. They told me to walk backwards. A guy asked me where you was at. I told him I didn't know. That as far as I knew, you wasn't home because I was in bed asleep. He called me a fucking bitch and threatened to split my wig And I hollered at him. I said, go ahead, do it. Do it. Go ahead, do it. And he said, I fucking would, you fucking bitch, but I have a badge. I said, I don't care, do it.
I said, fucking, I should this.
So then they took me up and put me in Greg's car and threatened to he said, take her to jail. Get her for aiding and abetting a fugitive. I said, how is he a fugitive? I said, he called his lawyer the day that he was supposed to have court and told her that he could not make it. I don't know why he has a warrant. They wouldn't tell me anything. They didn't have any charges on me, but they were going to get me for aiding and abetting a fugitive because I wouldn't tell them where you were at. I told him, I said, I was in bed. If he came home, I don't know where he's at. And they said, you know he's in there hiding. And they tried to tell me there was 2 males in the house. And I told him, no, there wasn't. I asked him, please, I asked Greg, I said, please take me in the house and let me at least put a bra on and get me some socks and shoes. He said, I ain't going in that house so Daniel can come out shooting at me. I said, Daniel is not a violent person. I said, there is not a violent bone in his body. He would not hurt anybody. He's like, I don't know, there ain't guns in the house. I said, there ain't no guns in the house but a BB gun. And I said, and if Daniel's in there, he's hiding and I don't know where he's at because I was asleep. And he said, you mean you didn't get up and tell him to hide or something because he was in bed with you? I said, no, he didn't. Well, where was he at? I said, I don't know. I said, I was in bed asleep. Well, yeah, right, it took you long enough to come out. I said, I had to put clothes on. I said, I reckon I should have just come out in a pair of panties, shouldn't I? He's like, oh no, we don't want to see that.
They took that, I come out in my underwear. They brought me in here in my fucking underwear. So I think I had. But hell, I fucking thought they fucking left. Because after a fucking while, there was no fucking noise.
Did they gas the place?
And I looked out, didn't see no fucking cars. I mean, I didn't look out hard, but I just looked out. They went by the window. Didn't see no cars. I thought they fucking left. So I laid down fucking bed. Thought I was gonna lay down here and chill for a while. So I took my clothes off. And I laid down in bed. Well, I fucking fell asleep. I mean, I literally did fall asleep. And then I fucking woke up at 9 o'clock. It was 9 o'clock. And they put a fucking robot in the fucking.
Well,
Busted the fucking window out of the bedroom.
they told, what bedroom?
Our bedroom.
They told me that they were, because I wouldn't give you up, that they were calling in a SWAT team and that they were going to throw in gas and something else, explosive things, to make the place inhabitable where it couldn't be lived in. And that they were going to tear that place apart and find you.
Yeah, they didn't even come in. They put a robot in there, but they had to put it like it got back here by the bed. I mean, they opened the fucking doors with the robot and everything, but it got back there to our bedroom, opened the door, but it got like it wouldn't work. So they had those fucking pod things and to make it fucking power up or something. They put the fucking elevator windows, busted the window out.
Flashbangs. That's what they told me. Flashbangs and gas.
They just like that in there.
Because I told him, I said, please don't hurt them dogs in the house. I said, that is Daniel's dog, and if anything happens to that dog, I said, he is going to be crushed. He said, well, I can't tell you, but it's probably going to kill them dogs.
Yeah, we ain't getting dogs back, so. No. That's why we need to get on it. We need to be able to leave the message, so. Because that guy told me if they can come out within a couple, 3 days, then they buy tags for them 2 little dogs that they can take them.
Well, I don't know Phyllis's number.
I don't either.
And I was going to call Linda and tell Linda to please get Daniel, take him out to the house, get everything valuable, because our house is going to be robbed blind.
They took the fucking 4-wheelers, they took that one good trailer, and the camper. yesterday while I was there. I know they took the boilers in the trailer that night, but they took the camper while I was there yesterday. I told them the camper was some guys that he just let us keep it there, and he went out west that we really didn't know. But so far, they act like they ain't gonna charge him as much with no receiving. I don't know.
Oh, Greg Dudman asked me whose camper it was at Pretty Mars. There ain't gonna be a house left. You know, around there, they're gonna rob every single thing out of that house they can take.
You know, we were out there yesterday. The door was locked. They locked the door and they left. I was like, I can't get no key because my key's the only key to the house is in the house. So we had to knock and kick the door in to get in. But they went through the whole entire fucking house and destroyed it, tore everything out. When they tear shit up, they just went through everything, every fucking thing. They fucking shit throwed every fucking where. The dog had been in the dog Chip had been in the trash, fucking trash is all over the fucking kitchen floor. He'd shit in the floor, melted shit in the floor 2 or 3 times. They wouldn't let me clean that up.
They go through all of our personal belongings, underwear, drawers.
They do every fucking thing. As far as I can see, they went through everything.
So they found the pee in when I talked to her.
Huh?
They found pee in when I talked to her.
I don't know, I'm sure they did. Well, of course they did. They went through everything.
They found the camouflage bag in the closet.
I didn't see it.
It was hidden under my pants and clothes.
I don't know. I didn't see it. But I don't know. It was in the building up there. All that box in there. They never said nothing to me about no drug paraphernalia. So I don't know. They said shit about that. Hell, I didn't get back here yesterday, John. I was looking for 4 o'clock. I left here at 10. I was out there with him all day.
They gave me a mattress. It's nothing but a bag that has a little bit of stuffing in it.
So you think that's all they give you?
It's harder than hell. I have no pillow.
They don't give me pillows.
I got 2 blankets.
That's all you get.
But yesterday I asked and asked and asked and asked and asked to make a phone call because I know you don't know anybody's phone number.
What's the Linda's 1063?
1062.
1062.
62. Her birthday. .62.
Yeah.
But I called once. They give me, I asked like from noon yesterday. And they kept telling me, oh, we'll get you a PIN number, we'll get you a PIN number. I asked and I asked and I asked and I asked and I asked. And then last night after finally they shut the lights off, I pressed the button and I said, you know, I've been asking for a PIN number all day long and I haven't got one. And that guy's like, well, you haven't asked since I've been here. I said, well, I've tried not to be a pain in the ass. I said, but you know, I've asked all day long. I've asked like 8 times and they won't give me a PIN number. And he's like, well, if I didn't get a PIN number, I think I'd be an ass. And he pretty much told me to be an ass. Well, it was kind of starting to piss me off. So this morning I got on there with some girl and I said, you know, I've asked for a PIN number over and over and over and I can't get a PIN number. I said, I'd like to make a phone call. Don't I have a right to make a phone call? And she blurted something out and fucking ignored me. And I asked and I asked and I asked and I asked all morning. And they give me some PIN number. I put it in. It was invalid. I asked again. I asked again. I asked again. They give me another PIN number. It was invalid. I said, you know, I've asked to make a phone call. You've given me 2 invalid PIN numbers. You know, don't I have a right to make a phone call? This makes the 3rd day I've been here and I haven't even been able to make a phone call. Well, then they ended up, when they brought breakfast or lunch, I asked that guy. And he said that he would check into it, and then another guy come up and had a thing set up, and they give me a PIN number.
Supposed to be your inmate number.
It's 12 digits long. And then finally at lunch, yesterday, I ate applesauce with my slice of bread. I used my slice of bread as a spoon to eat applesauce. And then finally today, he's like, have you ate since you've been here? I said, no. I said, you don't have to be suicidal in this place. I said, because they'll kill you. He's like, are you telling me you're suicidal? I said, no, I'm not. I said, I don't have to be suicidal. I said, because you guys are going to starve me to death and thirst me to death around here. He said, well, there's water right there you can drink. I said, there ain't no water that'll come out of that thing. It, like where it's supposed to shoot up, it just barely trickles. I mean, there ain't even enough to where I can get my hands up against the metal to even wash my hands or anything. He's like, there's water in the bathroom. You're in your own little bubble. You're free to go in there and get a drink. Well, the girl, there's only 2 cells up in the little bubble that I'm in. And there's another girl, I reckon she got in trouble for, she told me, trying to sneak tobacco in, so she's on lockdown. But she told me that the water tastes like mold. I'm not about to drink that water comes out of that sink.
They don't bring you nothing to drink for your lunch?
No, they don't bring me nothing to drink, nothing. They brought me milk for breakfast this morning, but they set my breakfast out on the table and didn't even tell me. I didn't even know it was out there. And later he's like, aren't you going to eat? I said, I didn't know breakfast was here. He's like, when them lights come on, it's breakfast time. I said, I wasn't offered breakfast. He said, it's not our responsibility. You know, when them lights come on, breakfast is here.
Yeah, it's when you turn them on.
And he said, there's milk out here, you want it? I said, no, I'm sure it's hot now. He said, it's only been here about 20 minutes. I said, no, I don't want it. The girls, see, because there's a locked door right outside, and then there's like 4 or 5 cells that has like two or 3 bunks in them or whatever. They get Kool-Aid down there, but we don't get any in them 2 little bubbles up there where we're at.
Okay, so we bring you Kool-Aid.
They don't bring me nothing. They ain't even give me a cup. If I want a drink, I have to go drink it out of the bathroom where the shower's
You tell
at.
Jody?
No. I told Jody that I hadn't had anything to drink. She said that you had a Mountain Dew and a Gatorade. She said I could drink it if I didn't care to drink after you. I told her no, I didn't care to drink after you. But I ate applesauce today at lunch, and I had applesauce yesterday. That's all I've had to eat since I've been here.
Try to eat, baby. Okay.
I can't. That crap rice with little chunks of nasty fake turkey shit on top of it.
No, man, the food sucks, but what are you gonna do? You gotta eat.
I'll starve to death.
Can't, babe.
These are bullshit charges, and we're never gonna get out of here.
If we can't get that kidnapping drop, we're gonna be fucked. Hell, that can be up to 11 years. I tell you that.
11 years, and then the other one is 3 years.
Can be, yeah. Did they let you sign your own bond on the other 2, on 2 of them?
I could have.
Would you plead?
Not guilty, because I wanted a lawyer.
Yeah. You should have been able to sign your bonds on 2 of them.
Well, I could have, but the one bond, the misdemeanor, I could have signed a bond. The second one was recognizances, but the bond was $10,000. And holding property or,
Well, I signed both of them. He signed both of them.
I didn't get to sign no bond,
You should have got to sign both of them and not to kidnapping.
nothing. But then the kidnapping was $100,000. asked to get to see you. And they told me that I would see you at court. We would have plenty of court dates. And I asked them if we would have court dates together. They didn't tell me that.
We have court tomorrow together, right?
Tomorrow.
10:30.
Mine's at 10 o'clock.
I think mine's just 10:30. We'll be together then. We'll be going over there for that.
Jessica.
Yeah.
Good, love you, man.
I love you too. Can I take that Powerade with me?
Can't. She wants to drink another drink right now. It's okay.
You can down it on the way if you want to take it with you.
Take it with you, honey. Bring it on the way there.
Can I give him one kiss?
Mm-mm. I ain't let you touch.
I love you.
Love you too, man. Hang in there, okay?
I'm trying.
Thanks for being here today. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, but you know what? You lied to me.
Why?
Took us to the wrong place where the body was. Why would you lie? Why would you want to hide? You know what?
Who's that lie?
Okay, here, I'm just gonna be straight up with you. You're just making things way worse for yourself, because you know what you're gonna pull around, you know what they're gonna indict you for? Involuntary manslaughter, that's what's gonna happen.
I didn't take you to the wrong place.
Yeah, you did.
Who said I took you to the wrong place?
You took us to the wrong place. Yeah, you did.
I didn't take you to the wrong place.
You did. And you know the thing is, the hardest thing for me is I've been nothing but nice to you. I'm trying to help you. So by you lying about where the baby is, makes me think that you're not telling me the truth about what really happened to it.
I'm telling you the truth, Jody.
Okay, well, you know where the body is. You took us to the wrong spot.
I didn't take you to the wrong spot.
Yeah, you did.
Jody, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Jody, that's where I took you. That's where I
No,
took you.
no, no. You just told Jessica that you took us to the wrong spot, and you didn't tell us everything. Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. Okay, listen to me. I heard it come out of your own mouth. Okay,
That ain't what I said.
it's exactly what you said. I could hear it plain as day. There's amplifiers in this room. I heard the whole entire conversation, everything you said. Okay, I'm doing everything in my power to try to help you. Okay, so by you doing this, you're just hurting yourself. You know. And if what you're telling me is correct about how your baby died, you'd have no reason to be doing this.
I'm telling you the truth.
No, you lied. You lied to me. And and the thing is, and I understand she's your wife and you love her and blah blah blah. So I don't understand what's going on between the two of you now. I don't know if she's playing you or you're playing her. I don't know what the deal is.
Each other.
But here's the thing is, by us not finding that baby, you're just making it worse for you. You know what I'm saying? Because, if you're telling me, and you told me that, and at this point I don't know if you're telling me the truth about that. You told me that you just went and found the baby dead in the crib.
I did.
That can happen. Okay, I give you that. But by you lying and taking me to the wrong spot makes me think that you're lying about what happened. How am I supposed to believe you about what happened to the baby? And I'm the only person that's believed you through this whole entire thing. I've had your back through this whole entire thing.
Jody, I'm telling you the truth.
No, you're not. You're not.
I'm telling you the truth, Jody.
No, you're not. No, because you just told her. You just told Jessica. I didn't tell him. I took him to the wrong spot. And you proceeded to tell her where you told us. And I don't understand that. I don't understand that one bit out of you. I've been over backwards. I made sure that your family members could come and get those 2 little dogs so Daniel could have that little dog.
Did you get a hold of anybody about that? Or?
Yes. Everything I told you, I had no idea you were still up front. Just now when you told me, and you heard me tell the sergeant to get you moved. I don't know what happened, if they got busy and forgot, whatever. And like I said, I did tell them to put the news release hasn't went out yet. It's going out today. And the reason I did that, why I did that? To protect her, because when they find out a baby was tossed out, she's gonna be the most hated female back there. I did that to protect her. I've done everything that I've told you I would do.
Did you get hold of? Who did you get hold of about the dogs?
The woman that pet whatever whoever has Daniel. Phyllis, yeah, I didn't know what her name was. Greg Dunham went out to the house because we couldn't make contact. He drove all the way out to the house after I asked him to do it.
Okay.
So that's what the hardest thing is everything I've told you I'd do, I've done. I made sure you got fed, I made sure your son was taken care of, and for you to lie to me, I just don't understand it. And here's the thing is, if you're afraid that Jessica will be mad at you, you know what I can do? And I shouldn't because you've lied to me, but I can say we put helicopters with body heat up in the air and that's how we found it and it had nothing to do with you. Because I do know you lied. Let's get him where he needs to be. I told you all about respect, and you're gonna have to face a jury and a judge. You know what I'm saying? Do the right thing. I won't put you out on Front Street, and you know, I've kept my word on everything I've told you I'd do.
Yeah, Judy, I appreciate it.
Let's get that baby back let him be where he needs to be. Let him have a proper burial. Because I know you've got that in you. I know that.
I do, Judy, I do.
And like I said, my word is good. I will tell Jessica if it's outside, I'm assuming it's outside somewhere, I will say I put helicopters in the air. And if it makes you feel better, I will even call and see if I can get some helicopters up in the air. Because like I told you, respect goes a long way. Yeah, you're in a little bit of trouble, but you want me on your side.
A little bit, hell. I'm in more than a little bit of fucking trouble.
Yeah, but here's the
I
thing.
don't call that a little bit of fucking trouble.
No,
Not to be disrespectful.
I know that, but I'm just saying, it's not the end of the world. But I can promise you, you're gonna want a jury and a judge looking at you and saying, you know what? He did the right thing. He didn't leave that baby laying out
They
there.
ain't gonna fucking look at me that way yet.
Yeah, they will. But you know what?
People don't look at you like that around here. They fucking look at you one damn way and that's it.
Well, let me tell you something. I've been doing this a long damn time, and you know that.
Yeah.
And I've talked to a lot of, because when the cases were over and we talked to juries and everything, and they'll after it's done, we're not allowed to talk to them during the trial, but after it's done, they'll tell us, what they thought about this or this and that and everything. And almost every one I've had some way worse than this. I've had some that's actually killed a baby or killed a child and threw it out there. I had the one on Maybert Road, I told you that. And you know what they said? She didn't hardly get anything. You know why? Because she told me the truth and took me to the jury. Instantly felt sorry for her because she told the truth and said she had remorse because she took me to that baby and did not leave that baby laying outside. And I have no reason to lie to you about that. You know this. And like I said, I'll take full blame for it. I'll say that I put helicopters up and found him. And I will never tell the difference.
Yeah, but how's that gonna make us look any better than?
Here's the thing is,
It ain't gonna make us look no
no, here, I will tell the judge. I won't front you out to Jessica unless you want me to later on. I'm telling you, I will keep your word, but I will make sure that the judge knows, okay? They talk to the jury in private.
I ain't worried about Jessica. I ain't a problem. I'm talking about when we're in court.
Okay, well, I tell you what, I'll march right in that courtroom and say, you know what, yeah, he lied to us at first, but he did the right thing. You know what? And I've told you all about doing the right thing. Yeah, when we make mistakes in life, we got to make right by him. And I told you the main thing is don't leave him laying out like a piece of trash, okay? And I think you love him because you got emotional.
I do.
And like I said, you want me going to bat for you and not against you. And like I said, as soon as you asked to talk to me today, as soon as he told me, I said, bring him over. I stopped what I was doing to tend to you. I've kept an eye on you to make sure that you're okay from coming down off of stuff. I've done everything.
Mm-hmm.
My heart breaks for you. My heart breaks for even though Jessica was a little bit rude, my heart breaks for her. Because I couldn't imagine losing a child, no matter how it happened.
He just died. I mean, that's
Okay.
that isn't going on.
Well, let me prove it. You got to help me to let me prove that. If you found him there, you know what? There's testing they can do, and boom, we can prove that's what happened. And that gets you guys off the hook for that. Versus being indicted for involuntary manslaughter. You see what I'm saying? But you got to help yourself. I don't care if it takes me all night long to stay out. I'll make sure that happens for you. And I'll make sure that they know you did the right thing and that you were remorseful. They will know that. That I promise you. Can't promise you anything else, but that I can promise you. that they will know that you took me and got him so he wasn't laying out like garbage. And that's going to mean a lot. And you know what? That will take a lot off your conscience too, about having to worry about that. And you know this.
Okay.
Can we go get him to where he ain't laying out?
Yeah, but what if I take you where he's at and he's not really there, then you're gonna think I'm lying again.
Well, if you take me to where he should really be there. It hadn't been that long. There should be some traces. If he's not there, a blanket should be there. Did you tell me the truth about what he was in, or that was a lie too?
No, that's true.
Okay, something should be there. And that's all it takes. If we find one of them items, even if he's not there, we're gonna know. We can take him cadaver dogs. If he was ever there, they're gonna hit on it. And that's another reason I knew you were lying. The dogs didn't hit on any of that spot, and we took them all up and down that hill. But you know that. I mean, you've seen them out there. And I bet you, wherever you take us to the right spot, he's gonna be there. So don't take me to another wrong spot. Take me to the right spot. And I'll be able to prove he was there. Something will be there, either that plastic crate or the little blanket you told me. As long as you told the truth about all that stuff, it will be there.
Yeah, I told you the truth about all that.
Okay. Let's go get him before it gets dark. Is it in the same area or no?
Close.
Close. And you're going to take me to the right spot this time?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Do you want another drink before we go? Let me get you another drink to take with us?
Well, I don't care.
Okay. Give me just a minute.
On June 17, 2019, both Daniel Groves and Jessica Groves pleaded not guilty to aggravated murder in the case of baby Dylan Groves. They will go to trial. On January 6, 2020, a 5-day joint jury trial began for both Jessica and Daniel Groves. Jessica Groves admitted that she was the cause of her son's death, but was adamant that Daniel had nothing to do with the death of Dylan, and that he was unaware of the injuries that she gave to him. She claims it was an accident, and that she was high and can't remember how Dylan got the injuries that he had. She admitted to dropping him, and claims that that had to be the cause. In the end, this is what the jury decided.
In the case of State of Ohio versus Daniel Groves, case number 19 CR 586A. Jury has returned their verdict. Jury is to count 1, aggravated murder. We, the jury, having been duly impaneled, find the defendant Daniel A. Groves not guilty of count 1 of the indictment, aggravated murder, a violation of Ohio Revised Code section 2903.01 CFA, being an unclassified felony. As to count 2, murder, the jury has found, we, the jury, having been duly impaneled, further find beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant Daniel A. Groves guilty of count 2 of the indictment, murder, a violation of Ohio Revised Code section 2903.02B DV, an unclassified felony. As to count 3, the jury has returned their verdict. We, the jury, having been duly impaneled, find beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant Daniel A. Groves guilty of count 3 of the indictment, kidnapping, in violation of Revised Code section 2905.01 A5C1, being a felony of the first degree. As to count 4, juries return their verdict. We, the jury, having been duly impaneled, find beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant Daniel A. Groves guilty of count 4 of the indictment, endangering children, a violation of Revised Code section 2919.22 A E2C, being a felony of the third degree. We, the jury, having found the defendant guilty, further find beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant's violation did result in serious physical harm to Dylan Groves. Count 5 of the indictment, the jury has found, we, the jury, having been duly impaneled, find beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant Daniel A. Groves guilty of count 5 of the indictment, tampering with evidence, in violation of Revised Code section 2921.12 A1B, being a felony of the third degree. As to count 6 of the indictment, the jury has found, we, the jury, having been duly impaneled, find beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant Daniel A. Groves guilty of count 6 of the indictment, interference with custody, in violation of Revised Code Section 2919.23A1D2, being a felony of the fourth degree. Jury further found, we the jury, having been found the defendant guilty, further find beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant's violation did result in physical harm to Dylan Groves. To count 7, the jury has found, we the jury, having been duly impaneled, find beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant Daniel A. Groves guilty of count 7 of the indictment, gross abuse of a corpse, in violation of Revised Code Section 2927.01 B and C, being a felony of the fifth degree. To count 8 of the indictment, the jury has found, we the jury, having been duly impaneled, find beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant Daniel A. Groves guilty of count 8 of the indictment, felonious assault, a violation of Revised Code Section 2903.11 A2 D1A, said offense being a felony of the second degree. Count 9 of the indictment, the jury has found, we the jury, having been duly impaneled, find beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant Daniel A. Groves guilty of count 9 of the indictment, felonious assault, a violation of Revised Code Section 2903.11 A1 D1A, being a felony of the second degree. As to count 10 of the indictment, the jury has found, we the jury, having been duly impaneled, find beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant Daniel A. Groves guilty of count 10 of the indictment, felonious assault, a violation of Revised Code Section 2903.11 A1 D1A, being a felony of the second degree. And as to count 11, the jury has found, we the jury, having been duly impaneled, find beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant Daniel A. Groves guilty of count 11 of the indictment, felonious assault, in violation of Revised Code Section 2903.11 A1 and D1A, being a felony of the second degree. As to the case of State of Ohio versus Jessica Groves, case number 19 CR 586B, the jury has, to count 1 of the indictment, charge aggravated murder. The jury has found, we the jury, having been duly impaneled, find beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant Jessica Groves guilty of count 1 of the indictment, aggravated murder, a violation of Revised Code Section 2903.01 CFA, being an unclassified felony. To count 2 of the indictment, the jury has found, we the jury, having been duly impaneled, find beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant Jessica Groves guilty of count 2 of the indictment, murder, a violation of Revised Code Section 2903.02 BDB, being an unclassified felony. To count 3 of the indictment, the jury has found, we the jury, having been duly impaneled, find beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant Jessica Groves guilty of count 3 of the indictment, kidnapping, a violation of Revised Code Section 2905.01 A5 C1, being a felony of the first degree. To count 4 of the indictment, the jury has found, we the jury, having been duly impaneled, find beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant Jessica Groves guilty of count 4 of the indictment, endangering children, a violation of Revised Code Section 2919.22 AE2C, being a felony of the third degree. The jury, having been found the defendant guilty, further find beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant's violation did result in serious physical harm to Dylan Groves. Count 5 of the indictment, the jury has found, we the jury, having been duly impaneled, find beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant Jessica Groves guilty of count 5 of the indictment, tampering with evidence, a violation of Revised Code Section 2921.12 A1B, being a felony of the third degree. To count 6 of the indictment, the jury has found, we the jury, having been duly impaneled, find beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant Jessica Groves guilty of count 6 of the indictment, interference with custody, a violation of Revised Code Section 2919.23 A1 D2, being a felony of the fourth degree. Jury further found, we the jury, having found the defendant guilty, further find beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant's violation did result in physical harm to Dylan Groves. To count 7 of the indictment, jury has found, we the jury, having been duly impaneled, find beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant Jessica Groves guilty of count 7 of the indictment, gross abuse of a corpse, a violation of Revised Code Section 2927.01 B and C, being a felony of the fifth degree. It's the count 8 of the indictment. The jury has found, we the jury having been duly impaneled, find beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant Jessica Groves guilty of count 8 of the indictment, felonious assault, the violation of revised code section 2903.11A1 D1A, being a felony of the second degree. As to count 9 of the indictment, the jury has found, we the jury having been duly impaneled, find beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant Jessica Groves guilty of count 9 of the indictment, felonious assault, the violation of revised code section 2903.11A1 D1A, being a felony of the second degree. Jury is found as to count 10 of the indictment, we the jury having been duly impaneled, find beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant Jessica Groves guilty of count 10 of the indictment, felonious assault, a violation of revised code section 2903.11A1 D1A, being a felony of the second degree. As to count 11 of the indictment, the jury has found, we the jury having been duly impaneled, find beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant Jessica Groves guilty of count 11 of the indictment, felonious assault, a violation of Ohio revised code section 2903.11A1 D1A, said offense a felony of the second degree. This matter comes before this court this 10th day, January 2020. Each defendant's sentencing hearing is being held pursuant to revised code section 2929.19. Now, Mr. Groves, certainly you'll have a right to appeal any sentence I give you in this matter. Do you have pursue to hire a lawyer to represent you on this any appeal that you choose to pursue? Ms. Scott, are you willing to accept the appointment for the purposes of that appeal?
Your Honor, if I do accept that appointment for appeal, that does cause my client to waive certain arguments that he may have. Could I refrain from answering that question at this time until after consultation with my client off the record?
I will need
so he would be fully advised of that?
I will need you to advise the court staff no later than Monday morning.
I can do that, Your Honor.
Sir, I will need you to fill out another financial disclosure form so I can appoint counsel to represent you. Now, Ms. Jessica Groves, likewise, you have the right to appeal any of the decisions I've made in this case and any sentence that I would give you in this matter. Do you have the funds to hire a lawyer to represent you in that appeal?
No, sir, I don't.
All right. Mr. Stratton, would you be willing to accept the appointment for purposes of pursuing that appeal?
Your Honor, it's always been my policy to not work on the appeals of my trials, so I ask that you appoint other counsel for that matter.
Thank you, Mr. Stratton. I would ask, I will appoint counsel to represent Ms. Groves following sentencing. Ms. Scott, Mr. Stratton, I would ask that both of you consult with your clients and file any appropriate notice of appeal, even if you choose not to remain on the case. Yes, and I will appoint counsel to pursue that appeal. Defendants in this matter have been afforded all rights pursuant to Criminal Rule 32. This court has considered the record, the oral statements made, the victim impact statement presented in this matter, as well as the purposes of sentencing as found in Revised Code Section 2929.11a to punish the offender, protect the public from future crime by the offender or others, and using the minimum sanctions this court determines accomplishes those purposes without imposing unnecessary burden on state and local government resources. This court has also considered the allocution of both defendants of Ms. Groves as she's provided it here in court today. The court has also considered the principles of sentencing as found in Section 2929.11a, b, and c, specifically the need for incapacitation, deterrence, rehabilitation, and restitution, as well as being commensurate with and not demeaning to the seriousness of the offender's conduct, its impact on the victim, and the consistency of sentences for similar crimes by similar offenders. This court has considered and balanced those serious and recidivism factors as found in Section 2929.12, b, c, d, and e, and also considered those factors as found in Revised Code Section 2929.13b. This court is also going to find that consecutive sentences are necessary to protect the public and to from future crime and to punish each offender and not disproportionate to the seriousness of the offender's conduct and to the danger the offender poses to the public. The court will further find that one or more of the multiple offenses was committed as part of one or more courses of conduct, and the harm caused by two or more of the multiple offenses so committed was so great or unusual that no single prison term for any of the offenses committed as part of the course of conduct adequately reflects the seriousness of the offender's conduct. This court will further find as to the defendant, Daniel Groves, pursuant to Revised Code Section 2929.12b. Specifically, this court is going to find that the injury was exacerbated by the victim's physical condition or age. Also going to find that the victim suffered serious physical harm as a result of the crimes. This court's further going to find that Mr. Groves' relationship with the victim facilitated this offense, and I'm also going to find that he was the parent, custodian, or person in place of the parent or custodian at the time the offense was committed. I'm also going to find that the defendant in this matter, Daniel Groves, does have a criminal history, although that criminal history consists of only a misdemeanor conviction. And I will find that there's been no proof or evidence brought forward of any felony convictions. I will further find that the offender shows a pattern of alcohol and drug use related to this offense and does not acknowledge or refuses treatment. I'm also going to find that he's shown no genuine remorse. As to the defendant, Jessica Groves, as to those factors in 2929.12, I will likewise find that the injury was exacerbated by the victim's physical condition and age. The victim suffered serious physical harm as a result of the crime, that the offender's relationship with the victim facilitated the offense, and that this is an offense where she committed this crime on her child as the parent, custodian, person in loco parentis. Going to further find that she has shown a pattern of alcohol or drug use related to this offense and does not acknowledge or has refused treatment. I'm also going to find, despite her allocution here today, that through these proceedings she's shown no genuine remorse. I will find that she has no prior criminal convictions. Defendant Daniel Groves, will you please stand? Sir, as to count 2 of the indictment, you have been found guilty of the charge of murder. I will sentence you to the prescribed term of imprisonment for that offense of 15 years to life in the custody of Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections. As to count 3 of the indictment, you are convicted of a charge of kidnapping, a felony of the first degree. You have been found guilty by the jury. I am going to sentence you to a term of imprisonment of 10 years in the custody of Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections. As to count 4 of the indictment, charged child endangering, a felony of the third degree, I will sentence you to a 36-month term in the custody of Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections. As to count 5 of the indictment, charged tampering with evidence, a felony of the third degree, I'm going to sentence you to a 36-month term in the custody of Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections. To count 7 of the indictment, charge gross abuse of corpse, a felony of the 5th degree, I'm going to sentence you to a 12-month term in the custody of Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections. To count 8 of the indictment, you are convicted of charged felonious assault, a felony of the 2nd degree. I'm going to sentence you to an 8-year term in the custody of Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections. And as to count 9 of the indictment, I am going to sentence you to an 8-year term in the custody of Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections. I am going to order the sentence in count 5, tampering with evidence, and count 7 to run concurrently with each other. It would be my intention, by imposing this sentence, to impose a term of 47 years to life in the custody of Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections. And we'll give you credit for the 213 days you've served in the county jail while awaiting trial. You can be seated. Defendant Jessica Groves, will you please stand? Ma'am, you stand convicted of the charge of aggravated murder. Will be the sentence of this court that you be sentenced to a term of imprisonment of life without the possibility of parole. Was to count 1 of the indictment. As To count 3 of the indictment, charge kidnapping, a felony of the first degree, I will sentence you to a 10-year term in the custody of Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections. As to count 4 of the indictment, I am going to sentence you to a 36-month term in the custody of Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections. As to count 5 of the indictment, charge tampering with evidence, I am going to sentence you to a 36-month term in the custody of Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections. As to count 7 of the indictment, charge gross abuse of corpse, I am going to sentence you to a 12-month term in the custody of the Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections. As to count 8 of the indictment, I will sentence you to an 8-year term in the custody of the Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections. As to count 9 of the indictment, also charge felonious assault, I will sentence you to an 8-year term in the custody of Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections. As to count 5 and count 7, I will order those sentences to run concurrently with each other. However, pursuant to my earlier findings, I will order the remaining charges to run consecutive to each other. It would be my intention to impose a sentence of life without the possibility of parole plus an additional 32 years as part of this sentence. You can be seated.
Jessica and Daniel both appealed the verdicts at the trial, claiming ineffective counsel. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you follow our podcast on your favorite platform. We will be uploading there regularly. Also, check out our second channel for body cam videos, and stay tuned right here on Couch Detectives for more. We will see you soon.